Hi, it's Nydia. Oof. I am sitting out in the courtyard here at the Hacienda Derby. It's 63 degrees. It's cold. Yes, I am completely. This is where I do my writing. Um, Here in the courtyard. You can kind of see my orchard. Well, I call it an orchard. Yeah, in my garden. You listen. It's hummingbirds tweeting every morning when I do my writing. As the sun comes up, I have one of our resident hummingbirds. She comes and she hovers and she says good morning. It's pretty cool. Anyway, hey, I was just remembering that I wanted to invite you to join us live stream for the next Yoga Sutra study that I will be doing with Beryl Bender, our wonderful friend, teacher, mentor, one of my most amazing humans that's in my life. And we're going to do that. It starts September 30th. So we've got 8 sessions, eight sessions that we'll be holding on Tuesday evenings at 5, if it's Central Time, it's 5 to 6:30 p.m. So if you're in the East, 6 to 7:30. If you're in the West, just make your adjustments as necessary. But I hope that you'll consider joining us. And if you've ever wondered what do I need to know? I'm curious, but I don't know anything. Or what is Yoga Sutra study? Well, I don't know if I can give it justice, but when we get together to do Yoga Sutra study, what we're doing is we're taking some of the ancient writings that have been translated of the yoga lifestyle, that have been translated by many people over time, over the last, I don't know how many years, 100 years, maybe more than that. The sutras are very ancient. We know, or as I understand it, and a sage, Patanjali, is one of the first persons, if not the first person, that was recognized that may have taken the ancient writings of the yoga lifestyle, of the 8-limbed yoga lifestyle practice, and actually took it from the verbal lineage of, teaching it one teacher to student verbally through these short aphorisms, these short statements that kind of helped us to describe what aspects of mindfulness and yoga lifestyle is really about. And Patanjali is recognized to have been possibly the first person to have actually taken them from the verbal to writing them down. So then all of a sudden there's the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, and which is pretty cool, because then we got to actually, disseminate it a little bit more effectively. I did my first Yoga Sutra study with Beryl Bender in 2003, and I was clueless. I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even have any books. Somebody lent me a book, and I was just kind of in community with others. I'll have to say it. My first shot was rocky. I didn't understand, and I kind of felt overwhelmed. And then it just, I kept trying. I kept studying with Beryl. I really knew that she had an understanding and a knowledge that was something that I needed. And really, my studies with Beryl have always been about understanding more deeply the yoga lifestyle and the history and the philosophy. For me, the physical practice of yoga is part of it, right? In the 8-limbed yoga lifestyle, it is asana is the 3rd limb, of the eight-limbed lifestyle, but this whole awareness of why are we here? What are we doing? And what does this all mean? It's really, really wonderful. And I really appreciate it. I enjoy it. Anyway, I'm inviting you because I think that some of you who are curious, but you're like a little bit anxious, I don't understand, or I don't want to get embarrassed, or I don't want to be called on. You don't have to know anything about the Yoga Sutras, but if you have been exploring yoga lifestyle practices, and or where you are in this at this time, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I mean, it's really a nice thing to be able to be in community with others where we are asking questions. And so during the process, when we do this via live stream, we all try to have a copy of our Yoga Sutras. And I didn't plan to make this video right now, but I usually would show you a book. Reach out if you have questions, and I can make recommendations for books to get. There's lots, and you just bring your copy, to your computer, and you join us for those sessions, and then you listen, and we talk. And Beryl is a fabulous facilitator when it comes to Yoga Sutra study. She has done this philosophy. I mean, she's done this for so long, and she's really a great facilitator. And so you won't be called out, you won't be singled out. It's just a nice time. So, and then we just kind of, sometimes we're laughing, and sometimes we're just having a good time in community with other persons who are also searching, kind of questioning and wondering and wanting to know more. So yeah, we'll have 8 sessions starting September 30th, then into October for the next 3 sessions. It'll happen every Tuesday, and then we'll have a little mini break. Like a week or two. Beryl's going to be traveling, and then we're going to come back and do some November sessions into, I think, early December. And here's the neat thing: we are live streaming, and I am recording it, and I will be giving everyone your access to the recordings, just in case you missed, and you couldn't make it, or you had something. Oh, here comes our hummingbirds. There they are. Here. Are you going to come visit? Hi. Oh, sorry. I digress. Anyway, and so in case you miss, you can you'll have access to the recordings for a month. So I'm just going to say it boldly. Some of you are like, ooh, I don't know if I want to show up, but I really would like to see what that's all about. Then sign up. Get access to the recordings, watch it on your own. But I will say that it really is a no stress environment. And let's say that, because we'll all be on the screen during the live stream session, and Beryl might, say, hey, Nydia, could you read, from book 1, verse 23 to 30. And let's say that I just was there to listen that day. I could say, oh, no, thank you, Beryl. I think I'll pass today. Boom. No judgment, no pressure, no, oh, well, why are you here? None of that. It's fine. Other times you might say, well, mine doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You look at your passage, because we're all kind of reading along when someone else is reading, and there are all sorts of different translations. That's the coolest part, is that everyone who comes into the study, we all have I don't know, I think I have 15 different books that I bring, because every author for each translation of the Yoga Sutra studies has their own perspective. And it's really interesting. There's some more shamanic, and there's some more, didactic, or I don't know if that's even the right word, but they're just really, into it. Some are really intense, and beyond my understanding. And then there's the down-to-earth translations, which are, I identify with really easily, or more easily, not really easily, but, it kind of makes me go, oh yeah. And so all those different translations, it's amazing, it just reminds us, oh yeah, we all have our opinions and we all have our thoughts and what we think about stuff, our perspectives. So, and so it's kind of neat because maybe you're reading along with your translation and someone's reading their translation, and they don't make sense at all, which typically gets us all laughing. Or other times, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'll relate it to some of you who have been in formal old scripture study, like Bible study or the Torah, or different types of backgrounds and faiths with ancient writings. When we read them and share them with others, or we try to explore what they might mean, it's interesting that when you read stuff sometimes that it almost seems like a coincidence that it's so applicable to you and where you are at that time. So anyway, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I'm all excited. My little hummingbirds are up. I've been doing a little research and writing. I'm working on my next book, and the foundation or the theme is in the I am in training for my next decade, which is my mantra that I've had since I was in my 20s. So this is what my mornings are like. Sometimes there's little birds. Earlier, as the light was coming up, I saw an owl. I could just see the flying over. It wasn't flying towards me. It was kind of flying over, and I could see its shadow as it was kind of going over, which is really cool. So all right, did I do what I was supposed to do? I hope so. I wanted to invite you to join us for the Yoga Sutra study that we're doing live stream that starts in September 30th, which is coming up, and that we're going to go through and over the next 8 sessions. And you can I'm going to put a link on this, and we can then get you registered so that you can join us. I hope that you will. It's a good time, and I feel that you might be able to learn something and maybe share something, and if all else fails, you can just hang out with us. It's fun. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope to see you online. If I don't see you online, I hope to see you maybe in classes. Go to nydiasyogatherapy.com and register for a class. If you don't live in the city and you can't come live, then you can join us live stream. What a concept. And keep an eye out. I've got some pretty neat things happening in the near future. I am going back to the Omega Institute in 2026 in October, and this time for a 5-day. And we're going to have so much fun. The foundation, the theme for that is I am in training for my next decade. So I will be pulling out all of the therapeutic yoga practices that I have been doing, combining physical therapy, fitness, and yoga, developing them over the last 45 years, and just to help to share, and oh my gosh, I was so excited. I'm presenting our research to so many different programs. I'll be going to the Texas Physical Therapy Association, our annual conference in end October, and then I'll be going to the adult, whatever, I'm going somewhere. I'm going to Houston again the following week, and going to be presenting to a group of individuals and share the yoga, the therapeutic yoga, how it works, and the research that supports it, the science that supports it, our evidence-based practices. Just recently I shared it with a group of physician assistants and their teams, here in San Antonio with the START program, which is our most amazing cancer center here in San Antonio. So I'm just, therapeutic yoga works. I can say that with full confidence because we have the evidence. Our research, publications, just talking to people. And as we are currently in the very end stages of our most recent study, it's so amazing to watch our participants. I'm so grateful to our yoga teachers, our Ojai trained, what I call them our, TAM-inspired teachers, Cindy and Shannon and Sandy. And Sandy's been on team for research since the first one, so they're amazing. Our teachers have undergone this training, and they've really put in the effort, and they are just, I'm just proud to watch them. They've grown, and they're just such fabulous teachers. So if you ever get the opportunity to take class with them, they're really good. But watching our participants right now, we have our breast cancer survivors who started yoga in May. They are already 5 months in, and they have gone through actually the practices as I have developed them and how I share them. Gentle therapeutic yoga process, just breathe, move your body, mobilize every major joint in your body gently with awareness on the mat. And then to the progressive kind of standing postures, therapeutic sun salutation, and they 5 months and they have done amazing. And it's so much fun to hear them. One participant saying she touched her toes for the first time. She never thought she could. Another, sharing that, she had, we had a couple who actually had some surgeries early on in the program. They, these are individuals who are dealing with the changes in their lives because of their diagnosis and still undergoing treatments and different things. Some of them are, and surgeries. And 2 of our participants had surgeries early on and were able to utilize the breath-centered approach to honoring their bodies to help them through post-surgery, and then moving back into the practices mindfully, doing what they could do, but still participating. And oh my gosh, you should see them. It's just amazing. It's just beautiful. It's more than I ever expected. And therapeutic yoga works. It's changing lives, and so I hope that you might consider joining us in whatever capacity I was talking about. Joining us for live stream for our Yoga Sutra study. But if you ever have the chance and you're watching this video and you're like, what is that Nydia doing? Then join us for class on live stream or live. It's good stuff. But, all right, I guess I better leave you now. Listen carefully. Yeah, there's an airplane, but if you listen carefully, there's a tweeting. Those are hummingbirds. I don't know if they'll show. They live up in this tree. Oh, there's one. Zip by. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you on live stream Sutra Study or at the studio soon. Be well.